Anish, were you surprised by this opening line?
No, not by the Queen B3 variation, which is now very topical, and I've played all possible variations there. The main line, I introduced a new line even once with Bishop E6. And okay, I played this line introduced by Vashila Graf, which is brilliant. I don't know how he came up with it. He sacrificed all pawns and you get a lot of activity. And the line he played is known. I mean, this Bishop G5 sequence leads to White having a pawn up, which is very known, and it is known to be a draw. But I couldn't remember exactly how, and I knew that the way to make a draw was it was very forced, and you have to really remember it precisely. And during the game, I was trying to figure out if I had to include the h5 or I didn't have to, and you know, I started doubting, and then okay, I decided I will just defend this position, a pawn down, and that was quite unpleasant. But I think I managed. I was worried at various points. No, mostly I was a little bit worried once we changed rooks and he had 2 extra pawns. I was afraid that he might have one strong move and I will not be able to get full compensation for 2 pawns. But in the game I managed to exchange queens, and then we got an endgame which I was also quite worried about because okay, he cannot get his rook out but without losing a pawn, but I was afraid that at the right moment he will sacrifice this pawn, and he sacrificed it right away. Which I think was not the most dangerous, at least from psychological point of view, because I would have to consider it on every move, and now it's already happened.
But also the way you did it, King H1, it seemed a little, I don't know.
Okay, it's how else you want to do it. If you move the rook, I will take on f2 with check. If you put king g2, you move the rook, I'll take on f2 with check with the rook. So I will take on f2 very nicely at some point. But if you postpone that moment, you keep me, you keep my nerves in trouble. But maybe he missed. He said he didn't miss. But rook c2. Instead of taking the pawn, I played rook c2 first, which is very important because in some lines there is rook f1 check, and the bishop was not on c4 anymore. So possibly that was important. And after that, I think it's generally a draw. And at some point, I was very happy that I found the most. Probably the most spectacular, because you know nowadays people are looking with the computer and probably it's saying that I made a blunder, so I found the most spectacular way to make a draw.
Indeed, the computer gave a blunder, so everyone here was, what's happening? But
yeah, that's what I wanted to do, and then they will say, wow, this guy is so good, you know. He's better than the computer.
Thank you.